It's been 5 years since the Great Quake took my wife and daughter. They offered me counseling, paid leave from the firm. My old life was a corner office and a 2-car garage. Now it's this, a steel-reinforced trailer on the gorge's edge. Until last night. There was a thunderstorm, a bad one, but one strike sounded wrong. It wasn't the sharp crack of lightning. It was the deep, shearing sound of metal tearing apart. This morning, I took my drone out to scan the canyon. At the bottom, wedged between 2 massive boulders, was something that shouldn't be there. It wasn't a satellite or a smuggling plane. It was pure black, like obsidian, and it was pulsing with a faint blue light.
I should have reported it. Protocol was clear. Call the regional office, let them send a team. But I stopped following protocol a long time ago. I grabbed my climbing gear. It took 3 hours to rappel down. The air was thick with ozone. The thing was the size of a car, half buried. No doors, no windows. When I touched it, it was warm, like a living thing. The surface, it melted like liquid under my hand, forming an opening. I don't know why I didn't run. Maybe I was just so desperate to see something new. Inside was a woman. She wasn't wearing a spacesuit, just simple white cloth. She was impaled by glowing blue cables, connected directly to the pod's wall. They seemed to be the only thing keeping her alive. Her skin was pale, with faint patterns that glowed a dim blue. She opened her eyes. They were solid silver. She didn't look scared, just exhausted. She spoke. The sound was like distorted music, but I understood it. In my head. She said her name was Lyra. I asked if she was hurt. She said, "My body is broken. This pod sustains me." I didn't care about the pod. I just saw the pain in her eyes. I couldn't just leave her there. I found a release clasp on the main console. I cut the cables. She let out a silent scream that I felt in my chest, and then went limp. She was impossibly light. I carried her, strapped to my back, up the cliff face. It was the hardest climb of my life. This was insane. I knew it was insane. I got her back to the trailer. I laid her on my cot. She was shivering, so I wrapped her in my thermal blanket. She looked so small. Her eyes went to the photo on the small table, the only photo I kept, my wife and daughter. It's been 5 years since the Great Quake took them. 5 years since I came here to just disappear. She reached out a trembling hand and touched the frame. "You are full of holes," she said, "just like me." It was the truest thing anyone had said to me in 5 years. I made coffee, which she obviously didn't drink. I offered her a protein bar. She held it, analyzed it, and said, "My system cannot process this." She pointed weakly toward the canyon. "There are nutrient cells in the pod, compartment 4. So I went back down. A second 3-hour trip. I felt like an idiot, but I did it. I found the compartment. Inside were small silver packs. I brought one up. She opened it, and a clear gel came out. She consumed it slowly, and I watched the blue patterns on her skin glow just a little brighter. For 3 days, we lived like that. The storm passed, the silence of the canyon returned, but it was different. It was a shared silence. I'd monitor my equipment, she would rest. I'd bring her the nutrient packs. On the 4th day, she was strong enough to walk. I took her to the canyon rim to watch the sunset. She had never seen a sun like ours. She just stared at it, and I saw tears in her silver eyes. I asked her what she was. "From a place where to speak is a crime," she said. "We are the echoes, a species that communicates only through empathy. Our thoughts, our feelings, were deemed illegal, a plague." I asked who was hunting her. "The silencers," she said. "They believe emotion is chaos. They hunt us across the galaxy to mute us. I am a librarian. I carry the stolen thoughts of my people." She looked at me. "Why do you hide here? Your thoughts are loud. So much grief, like a static storm." So I told her. I told her everything. About the quake. About my daughter's room, still untouched in our old house. About coming here to just disappear. She didn't say anything. She just listened. And for a moment, the static in my head went quiet. I didn't realize it then, but I was healing. I was starting to feel human again. On the 5th morning, my perimeter alarm went off. Not the animal sensor, the vehicle sensor. Outside, on the opposite rim, a long black ship, like a knife's edge, had landed. 3 figures in liquid metal armor were descending into the canyon. "They are the silencers," Lyra said. Her voice was flat, but I could feel her terror. "They found me." I locked the door, as if that would do any good. One of the silencers raised its hand, and the trailer door was ripped from its hinges, crumpling like paper. I grabbed my hunting rifle. The lead silencer glanced at it, and the rifle flew from my hands, folding in half like tinfoil. They didn't even look at me. I was nothing, an insect. They advanced on Lyra. I did the only thing I could think of. I ran to the seismograph control panel. I yelled, "Stop! This is a monitoring station. I track earthquakes, but I can also make them." I pointed down. Below us is an experimental sonic thumper. It's used for deep core sampling. If I trigger it, this entire canyon wall will collapse on all of us. The silencers stopped. They tilted their heads in unison. They were calculating. This wasn't on their report. Lyra stared at me, her silver eyes wide. She sent one word into my mind. "You would die for me?" I looked back at her. I already died 5 years ago, I thought. But finding you, maybe this is the first time I've felt alive. The lead silencer spoke, its voice cold and synthetic. "The echo anomaly will be retrieved. Your life is irrelevant. Material losses are acceptable." He was calling my bluff. He took another step toward Lyra, so I did it. I slammed the big red button. The entire trailer shook violently. A deep, horrible groan echoed from the rocks. Alarms blared. The silencers panicked. They didn't think a primitive would actually do it. They turned and ran out of the trailer, trying to jetpack back to their ship. "We have to go!" I yelled. I grabbed Lyra's hand. The shaking was tearing the trailer apart. "My pod," she said. "It can teleport. Short range, it's our only chance." We scrambled out. The silencers were disoriented, fighting the rock slide. The ground beneath them was collapsing. We slid and climbed down to the broken pod. We got inside. "This won't work," I said. "The power is dead." "There is one charge left," Lyra said. "A transport jump. But it needs an echo, a spark." She placed her hand on my chest. I felt all my grief, all my pain from the last 5 years, get ripped out of me. It was an incredible agony, and then a perfect, sudden relief. The pod flared with a blinding light. The silencers screamed as they were buried by tons of falling rock. I saw the last boulder crush my old trailer, my old life. Then everything went white. We landed hard. The pod smoked. We were on the violet world. We were safe. I let out a breath I'd been holding for 5 years. We made it, Lyra. We're free. She didn't look at me. She was looking at her hands. She was calm, too calm. Lyra, I said. You did well, ALIEN, she transmitted. The thought was cold, clinical. What do you mean? I panicked. Lyra, get up. We have to hide. They found us. No, she said. They are here for me. She stood up and walked toward them. The ramp opened. The leader, the silencer who had folded my rifle, walked out. He stopped in front of Lyra. He removed his helmet. He wasn't a monster. He looked like her. He had the same silver eyes. He touched her face. The link is chaotic, he transmitted to her, but I could hear it. It's burning. It worked. I didn't understand. I walked forward. Lyra, what is this? That's your bondmate, isn't it? Your husband? Yes, she said, not looking at me. This is Kale. I told you, Lyra transmitted, that my species was dying, that our empathy was gone, that we were sterile. Just logic. I told you, Kale added, his thoughts like ice, that we hunt echoes because emotion is chaos. We needed to find that chaos again. We needed a spark, a catalyst. My blood ran cold. A catalyst? I said. Me? We needed to learn this primitive human love, Lyra said. We needed to see if an echo could be reignited by an outside source. The test was to see if you, a creature of pure chaotic emotion, would imprint on me, would sacrifice yourself for me. The test, I whispered. The fight, the thumper, that was all a test. The danger was real, Kale said, but the outcome was necessary. We had to know. We had to reboot her heart. And did it work? I asked, my voice breaking. Lyra looked at me. For the first time, I felt nothing from her. No empathy. Just observation. Yes, she said. The experiment was a success. She turned to Kale. They clasped hands. Our link, she said to him, is restored. It is full of passion. I love you. She used my love to reignite her marriage. I was just the fuel. You're leaving me here? I said, the words hollow. The pod is broken, Kale said. The planet is habitable. You will survive. Thank you for your contribution. Your sacrifice will save our species. They turned and walked up the ramp. Lyra, she didn't look back. Lyra! I screamed. The ramp closed. The ship rose silently and disappeared into the violet sky. It's been, I don't know, maybe 10 years. The sky here is always violet. The silence is perfect. I came to the canyon to escape one memory. Now I am a prisoner of a new one. She was trapped, all right. Trapped in a love triangle between the logic of her husband and the passion she found in me. I was the fool who taught her how to love again. And then she chose him. I was the catalyst, the experiment, the sacrifice. And damn it all, I was the victim.